Hello, hello, hello! Today, we're going to continue Pokemon Ultra Moon. How's everybody doing? Give me just one moment. Hello there! In my time trying to get time to pass to 6:15, I almost forgot to stream on time, so I am not going to do this again. I'm probably just going to stream once I have everything ready, which will likely be way earlier than what's said on the timed schedule. Anyway, today we are going to continue with the next trial. Our team is pretty okay. Rarier is level 25. Silkio is level 24. By the way, as you can see, the fur turns back to the rough state if it hasn't been brushed for a while. So, well, or if it hasn't been sent to, you know, what is it called again? The barber, I think? Well, let's go with that. AKA, you need to cut its hair often enough so that it stays. But that also means that once we get back to another barber, we can cut it into a new way. Then we have Raidra, who came 2 streams ago, last Sunday. He took a sweet time. Hairdresser, thank you so much. We have Asahi, the Growlithe, who, well, she's pretty decent, and she's catching up too. And then we have Sharo, our Noibat. And not to forget, Cyreno, the starter. With this team setup of decent levels, could be better, could be worse, we will now continue onwards. Both is correct. Yeah, I remember barber being more like hairdressers, but for guys who also take care of beards and stuff. We still haven't found the Pokemon to get to exchange Silkio for, so far he's still staying. And after I said that normal types, especially early game normal types, aren't exactly the best, here he is proving me wrong time and time again. There once was an item behind here, I think. But Now, let's see what we deal with. A Magby. Magby is a special attacker with a good amount of bulk. You could use it in basically any team if you don't want to use Growlithe or Litten. It has some status moves, and one negative with Magby is it doesn't evolve until very late, and you have to have the Magmarizer and trade it in order to evolve it fully. So it's another Pokemon where sadly I can't 100% recommend it despite wanting to. I love it to bits. Here we have Fletchling, a fast normal flying type which turns into a fire flying type. It is a glass cannon, but damn, it will take lives. Right now I want to try and see what other Pokemon I can counter. We do love our glass cannons. Indeed we do. Though I'm not that much of a fan of them. I say as I have Zorua in my party. Which will turn to a huge glass cannon once it evolves. Yeah, I think we can just keep going. The level is solid, and I don't think we'll get any better. We have to use Cyreno for this fight as it's a fire type trial, but I'd say there's worse than that. What Kanto Pokemon do you have? Another Kanto Meow. I guess Radar can take care of this one. Gonna swap him in. I do hope you all have something to drink and to snack on, by the way. I have my own cup of coffee here for the evening to stay awake, for at least until 9 PM. Oh no. Oh my lord! Yeah, no. We're gonna Super Potion our Eevee. Water and cashews sounds good. Yeah, next to my coffee I actually have handmade banana bread. It's more of a cake than a bread, but it tastes delicious. let's get going. We can immediately head up to the trial if we want to. And on the way down, get some levels. She heals your Pokemon. Personally, and I'm saying this being very careful, I think Cyreno can handle this. But we're going to save. After this, we will also just start catching everything we see. Well, basically everything. And you will see why once we reach the bottom of the volcano again. Now, let's get going. Yes, I want to start the trial. This is a spot the difference that is incredibly easy. So, basically, get the answer right, you have to fight. Get the answer wrong, I don't know, I never got it right. I never got it wrong before, I only always got it right, so nothing there. It's a bit of a war of attrition, as these Pokemon drain your PP. And maybe your HP, depending on you. Or, well, depending on your luck. But aside from that, these fights aren't that hard. The entire trial is not that difficult. But also, hello hiker. The totem Pokemon can be challenging. Come, my fine hiker! Alola! I always love this sequence. The hiker looks so derpy too. He has a Magmar. We will see already why I say this thing is tanky. Because I have never been able to one-shot it. I think. Especially if I choose the wrong move. Oh, and it's very fast. This one is going to drain most of your PP and HP. I did mostly one-shot it, aside from the one wrong move. But yeah, not difficult. Let's take care of Cyreno real quick. Now, in my first time playing this, the fight against the totem Pokemon was a bit of a bitch. In the sense that I was being the bitch, not the fight itself. Because this was the point where the affection gimmick through the Pokemon refresh got overpowered. I landed so many crits so often, no matter how many times I did this fight, with how many different save files, that it's unfair. That is one of the reasons why I am not putting much affection into my Pokemon. That is a very interesting shot. Now, we fight the totem Marowak. Marowak, or Alola Marowak, is a ghost fire type. It still has a few ground moves, and it can get a bit challenging, yes. But if you chose the water type starter, or picked up a water type along the way from Brooklet Hill, this shouldn't be too difficult. The base game fight was much more demanding, as that was a Salazzle, which can poison you no matter what type you are. So this is tame in comparison. We will start off by using Baby Doll Eyes. Marowak uses mostly physical moves, so something like Baby Doll Eyes can actually cripple it. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Salazzle is a very fast special attacking fire and poison type. I love it, I really do. But I'm not dealing with it as an enemy. There we have the huge physical attack coming into play. Salazzle is also a glass cannon. Now, I'm changing out Cyreno for Asahi. Out of two reasons. First off, Cyreno needs to be healed. Yesterday. And second off... Okay, no, Asahi can't take it. I am so sorry. I don't want to have to throw Asahi under the bus. Silkio, you go. At least Asahi gets some more EXP then. I thought, since it's a Growlithe, it could handle a bit more, but she can't, which was a miscalculation on my part. But now we will see how much Silkio can actually cripple the Marowak. I hope enough. It did not use a fire type move yet, it only used Brick Break and Detect. I know it can learn other things too, but I don't know if it has them here in this fight. Maybe we'll still find out, but this will be it for Silkio. Yes. And Cyreno, who will be next. With a Bubble Beam. And there's Detect again. And there's Brick Break. Now we can take it. In a fight, obviously. Yeah, I don't even... Oh. Can I still... Yes, I can. Yeah, I figured as much. One of my favorite totems is actually the base game variant of the fire trial. Because if I remember correctly, in base Sun and Moon, Salazzle was the totem Pokemon on this one. Which I adored. It was a bitch, but I adored it. Also, goodbye. What happened there and why I immediately went for the nuke? It has Cursed Body. If it gets hit by a move, that move will get blocked. You cannot use it anymore. Apparently Z moves don't count to that. So... nuke. Fair point, fair point. Yeah, I just looked it up. In base Sun and Moon, it's a Salazzle, the totem Pokemon. Oh, but oh no, I know what comes next. On the plus side, we're not going to need to level. Not much. On the negative side, that was the trial that, in the base games and in Ultra Moon, always cucked me. And if you know the meaning of the word cuck, you better not make it public here. I know, you know, we stay quiet as if we heard a certain jingle in the office. If you don't know, count yourself lucky. If you're one of my friends, you can at least message me after and I can explain it to you. By the way, I'm getting the share. What are you getting the share for? What I wanted to say, in the volcano, there's one Pokemon that I haven't told you about yet, because it's my favorite here and because I was hoping to encounter it. Cubone is not it. Cubone evolves into a Alolan Marowak here, not the normal form. No, not Magby either. I already talked about that little guy. There it is! Salandit! This is the pre-evolution of Salazzle. A poison fire type with high speed, high special attack, low defenses and low HP. This is a male Salandit. You can only evolve female Salandits, so if you want a Salazzle, you have to find a female. It has the same gender ratio as Combee, so have fun. With Salandit's gender ratio, it is no wonder that many people tried and failed to get a female shiny for a shiny Salazzle. Which, by the way, looks awesome. Look it up. I randomly went into a cave once in Pokemon Scarlet with a fire power on my sandwich. Not even fire shiny power, just fire power. And I suddenly had a shiny Salazzle, and it was female. I have that Salazzle to this day, but I didn't exactly use it yet. So, oh well. Now, as for why I said I wanted to catch basically everything I can, we will get a small little gimmick that I very much enjoy. But seriously, Ray, why are you getting the chair? What do you mean by that? If you're not still typing. If you are, I am sorry. Oh, no, I did not want it. There's not an item to guarantee gender, no. Gender is still the same old, with specific gender ratios, either 50-50 or 75-25 or 87.5 and 12.5. The 87.5 is the gender ratio of the starter Pokemon, but also of Combee and Salandit. The fact that an Eevee, even if it's a bit higher on level, is faster than an Noibat says a lot. Kadabra, the evolution of Abra, and actually somewhat threatening. Raider's speed, yes! And the fact that at the same time from Raider, well, I am that Eevee, of course it's fast. Oh, by the way, Ray, did you even see the stats of the Eevee? Because if not, I have to show you after this fight. I apologize. That was a piece of cutlery coming onto a button. That will not happen again. Holy crap. In editing, I will probably have to put a seizure warning. Yeah. But no, what genuinely happened was that the back of my knife got onto the F10 button, and my keyboard is so incredibly sensitive that the weight of the knife was enough to press F10 and keep it pressed because I didn't notice. But yeah, Ray, those are your stats. You are speed. Okay, not that much. You have the second lowest speed, but once you're a Jolteon, you will be speed. Anyway, I hope everyone is alright after that little trip up. This stream probably will be taken into editing. In this case, no. Jolteon is a special attacker. But yeah, I will put the stream into editing and put a seizure warning in. Lucky that it happened so early, huh? But to go into more detail on Jolteon, the stats or stat distribution will change a bit, quite a bit, because the speed and special attack will get a lot higher as soon as you evolve. And then the special attack being the high stat will show. Jolteon is a fast special sweeper. No, I still don't want to swap out. Here we have the next photograph spot. And the TM for Rock 2. And here we have a hiker. Rock and Roller! Again, one of the best rock types out there. I am not going to let you fight this Raidra. I'm going to get out. Sarino is a bit too high, Asahi is weak. I'm going to get out Rear. One level below Sarino, but should be okay. This damage is underwhelming. Well, he'll get there eventually. He's so cute. No one else is dirty, so no one else needs to be clean and pet. And with that, we're back down here. Yeah, it's that quick. The route has 2 trainers in total, a bit of grass, and that really was it. Pokepelago. My favorite mode. And a mode I'm probably not going to use that much in here. Because this is a stream, I'm not going to plant everything that I can. And I'm not going to grow every piece of equipment to max level. But I am going to use it. This is Mon. For Pokepelago, we will switch the island and the tutorial from left to right. Since it's not something where I have to focus on what I'm doing, this is something I can do for now. This is also your one-way ticket to getting the most of your beans. I will explain everything after this tutorial is done once more. So, yeah. You need at least a lot of Pokemon for this. You already see the dark purple ones and this very pale one. Those are patterned beams. I think the yellow ones with the spot too. You can check your Pokemon. And yeah, this is pretty much it what we can do right now. This was a normal bean. Patterned beans have a special sound effect when picking them up. There we have a rainbow bean. Patterned beans aren't anything special to your Pokemon. Rainbow beans give a huge affection bonus. So, you wanna if you actually want full affection with your Pokemon, you want to hold on to all of your rainbow beans. The patterned ones you can just throw on into the box, because as he said, there's a chance every day that wild Pokemon will appear here, and these can join your team. Let's say 4 Pokebeans. And let's see what we need for the next island. This symbol is for the Pokemon you need in your boxes, and this is the amount of beans that we'll need to develop. What I want to do first is Isle of Plenty and Isle of Foon, which means we're gonna need a full box of Pokemon. A Foon, as it stands here, exploring a cave. They can find items in a cave. This is basically just getting items from your Pokemon after a certain amount of time. It can be seen as a daily. A Plenty is your way of growing your own berries, which means you will only need 1 berry of a specific type if you have this type of island, and then you can grow it. Of course, we can also develop islands that we've already built to a specific level. Each island has 3 phases. So, yeah. Bean bottles. Are a Wi-Fi thing. We're not going to do that, because no Wi-Fi. Let's see if we can get more beans. Yes, we can. You can basically shake the beanstalk until nothing comes out again, or anymore. Something that is me and talking. a sentence that is applicable to not just this thing. I am in such a strange mood today with my humor. As you can see, you're racking up beans quite quickly. So don't worry about running out anymore. You can feed your Pokemon as much as you'd like now. I think we're close to empty. I mean, no matter how much you shake something, at some point you just get nothing anymore. Yes, we want to leave. And that is Pokepelago. Basically, just catch Pokemon, put them into your boxes, and develop the islands. Nothing big about that. Let's keep going now. This tunnel can have wild Pokemon after the initial visit. But for this, I don't want Radar up front. I want Silkio up there. And yeah, we're gonna use a few potions. I forgot they don't fight us here. I was fully ready to throw hands. Oops. Welcome to Route 8. There's a Pokemon here that I potentially want to add to my team. It's just a potential, so I don't know yet, but maybe. There are Pokemon in these crates that you can only see from very far away because they're afraid. They have been hurt. In the top crate is a Stuffle. In the middle is an Alolan Meowth, and in the bottom one is an Alolan Vulpix. The detail is so cute. Meet Colress. A researcher who originally appeared in Black and White 2. I like him. He's an interesting character. The fact that he reappeared in this game is great, and it fits with the post-game story. Here we have a normal type that we've seen on Route 1 and that is being outshined by basically everything at this point. I mean, look at that. Here we have Fledgling. The Pokemon I'm looking for is, again, somewhat rare. And as soon as I have it at least on the box... Oh, there it is! There's a Stuffle. A tanky and yet physically offensive, yeah. Normal and fighting type. I'm still going to try and catch a female one, but I like this little guy. And once we catch it, I am going to put some extra emphasis on the Pokédex. Those who know, know. You are probably already certain why I like this Pokédex so much. Wait, that was Beware, not Stuffle. That was its evolution. The evolution is a cracked up Pokédex. But this is quite interesting too, I'd say. Stuffle hates to be hugged or touched in any way. It will squirm, thrash, and resist with amazing power. Well, considering the evolution, this is actually still kind of funny. No, I don't want to give a nickname just yet. I want to see if we can find a female one before we reach the next Pokemon Center. So I'm gonna try to run around a bit more. Stuffle excels in fights. Because, as it is pretty tanky, it can take a lot of hits. It's the nemesis of basically anything that is not a fairy or a psychic type. And even those, it can pretty much tank most of what they have and hit back with a poison type attack. Or a dark type move. So, Stuffle, I highly recommend. It evolves by level up, so nothing of that, having to trade to evolve, none of it. I'm not going to catch a Yambos. But I think considering the team, I should probably go more for a normal type, not normal, for a poison type than anything else. Because I still need something to fuck up fairy types, so it's poison or steel. So it's not a Stuffle. As much as I like the little guy, it's not too good for this specific team. Here we have Pikipek's evolution, Trumbeak. The same things that I said about Pikipek apply here. It's offensively decent, defensively okay. If you really want a flying type, you can go for it. There's still better options out there, but it's definitely not a bad one. And we killed it. So much about defense. None of that mattered. I swear this dog is going to stay with us till the end of the game. I find it pretty funny that a Pokemon where I said it's going to be a temporary team member is now about as temporary as... well, a bottle of water next to my desk, I guess. On that topic, stay hydrated, everybody. There we have another Salandit. A male one. No thank you. I do want to make progress, which is why I'm currently ignoring a few Pokemon here and there. Okay, I'm ignoring most Pokemon. We have a lot of levels already, and the next boss, while being a royal pain in the ass, is not that high in terms of difficulty. At least not with this level. Oh yeah. Well, this is forced upon us. Festival Plaza. It is an online modus that can also be played offline, which is good with the fact that the Wi-Fi connection is no longer a thing in that generation. I don't wanna. Basically, you can have a chat with NPC characters that are randomly spawned, send them to a booth of your choice, or just talk with them and answer a question. You get points from that, and then you can trade them in for stuff. There's a booth where you can dye some of your shirts in different colors depending on the berries you have. There's a lotto shop that you just saw on the left, and there's a cafe where you can buy stuff. The festival plaza is actually a good thing, and it's similar to the passage in Pokemon Black and White 2 on the way to Nimbasa City. So it's not that I dislike it, it's just the fact that this tutorial is forced upon me, which is bothering me a little bit. Yeah, he's describing everything again. We can't get out of this before we end the tutorial either. I guess considering the post-game, it is pretty okay that they give you the tutorial at some point. So I have to see it from that perspective. It's just I didn't expect it to be now, and I was looking forward to having my ass handed to me. Now we can use the menu. There we go! Have fun, Hal. I am not going to join you. Rodom, my guy, what's going on with you? Ooh! Roto friendships! Increase the amount of friendship you get from many different activities. Let's get to getting something to drink real quick. Just take a small break. Have a small a small bit of a break. Getting a Tapu Koko. Maybe get yourself another snack or fill up your bottle of water. And that was the break. Let's continue onward. After checking what this clerk has to offer. Quick balls! Yes! Give me 12 of them. Great balls. Give me 8 of them. Super potions. Give me 7. One singular revive because we got 14 from the game. 5 of that is enough. And a few super repels. And that should do the trick. But now I want more potions. And more Pokeballs. Now, if you all are still here, let me introduce you to my absolute favorite thing in this game. Get out! He just tells you that, and you can press A as many times as you'd like. The text doesn't change. He just wants to be left alone. And I find that unapologetically hilarious. Goodbye. There's 2 golf player trainers here who can both encounter you quite easily. It is fair. I walked into his hotel room. Now this. First of all, as we were told in the last area, rippling spots give better rewards. Not just more rare Pokemon, but rare items too. With fishing in every Pokemon game, it's not guaranteed to get something. But here we have a Chinchou. Special attacker. Also with a decent HP stat and special defense stat. If you want an electric type that is okay, not the best, not the worst, I would recommend this. It is an electric water type, so no electro weakness, still weak to ground. I think also still weak to grass. But aside from that, it's pretty okay with the other weaknesses. Since electric is only weak to ground, and water is weak to many things, but electro covers one of the weaknesses, namely electric, this is quite okay. I wouldn't say it's the best, but I'd say it's definitely decent. Now, why we're here is this. No, 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 no! Fluck. You're normally meant to wait a bit here, maybe with Tauros, and get it. Because that is one of the best bug types you will find in-game. And I just whiffed it. Will it come back if I leave the area? Yes. Yes, it will. You can also just do this. Wimpod. Bug water type. Its evolution is a physical attacker. The evolution is amazing, but the ability fucks it over. You have to work around the fact that it will leave the fight the moment it reaches half health. Not just the evolution, but Wimpod itself. So if you want to catch it, you better have one of these bad boys. And a lot of luck. Aside from that, the fighting power of this thing is enormous English. It has a good amount of HP, defense, and attack for being a bug type. And even though it doesn't have speed as the evolved form, it makes up for that with its signature move. I'm not going to use it on the team, but I just wanted to have it. We will eventually see the evolution too. Oh, by the way, it drops an item. We will eventually see the evolution too. And then you will see what I mean by this thing packs a punch. Since I have used it already myself, I know that it has its weaknesses, but it also has a ton of strengths. Now, we want to prepare for the next trial. Cyreno and Rerir will sit this one out, and our main focus will be Asahi. Oh, by the way, I'm giving Asahi the Firium Z. Fire Z crystal. We will need it. Welcome to Lush Jungle. Probably my favorite area in this game. Aside from Gladiant's motel room, for obvious reasons. There's a ton of grass and bug types in this area. But for now, we can't fight... we can fight them, but we can't catch any of them. Because we're in the middle of the trial. a margo berry, some honey, and a big root. Our trial is just collecting these ingredients here in the forest. Nothing too difficult, but it definitely has its challenges. Every part of this trial can end in a battle. I don't know which of the berries they don't have their eyes on. I just know that if you pick the wrong ones, they will let you know. Sweet, sweet and sour, sour. Let's go with sour. We will immediately see if we picked the right one. We did! The Fomantis won't attack us. Now this! Yes. Again, you can basically, by the way, hidden area. It has been told to you which one you want the honey from. The one with the least amount of flowers, because a lot of flowers attract Pokemon. I chose the lot of them with good intent of angering a Pokemon. Here, by the way, is Eevee's Evolution Stone. You can get Leafy on here. Oh, I missed that item. And this is just obvious. We have Sudowoodo and a tree that does not have the yellow spots. If you don't want to fight, this is the right tree. by the way, I almost forgot. Teaching Flame Charge to Asahi to raise her speed. Flame Charge is a 50 power move. It's weaker than Flame Wheel, but as it increases your speed every round, I guess we can do it. And Grass Knot. Now, I've kind of skipped over it earlier. We got a Float Stone. That decreases your weight. Moves like Grass Knot are the reason why you want to decrease your weight. Because if you fight someone who has that move, it's stronger the heavier you are. If you have a Pokemon like Snorlax, you might want to give it a Float Stone eventually if you fight with someone else, because Grass Knot is a decent move. And there's also a fighting type variant of it, which can hurt really, really badly. This happens if you choose a wrong ingredient. As I said, I did it on purpose. On one hand, I wanted to demonstrate it, and on the other, I hoped I'd get a bit more experience on Asahi. The trial is going to be difficult. We are going to have one hell of a time with this. This is one of the first cutscenes you see in the trailer about Sun and Moon. The Totem Lurantis. A physical, fast grass-type sweeper. Now, grass-type is usually not the best to do this, but this thing fucking kills. It's by far one of my favorite Pokemon from this generation, and with the sheer amount of Pokemon I love in this gen, it is one of the reasons why Gen 7 made its way pretty close to the top. The Totem Lurantis has a few things that make the fight incredibly difficult. One of which are the two Pokemon it can summon. Either Kecleon or Comfey. Both are support units in this fight. In Sun and Moon, it had the ability to summon a cast form which could use Sunny Day, which made this thing even worse. Whether you believe me or not, Lurantis swept me. It swept my team so many times that I adore and hate this fight at the same time. This is, by the way, the move that it used to sweep me. Solar Blade is a physical solar beam, and its signature move. Oh crap, Kecleon has that too. Lurantis also comes with a power herb equipped, as you just saw, which will mean that the first time it uses this move, it's charged up immediately. Now that we have Sunny Day, it's charged up immediately anyways. So, what we'll have to do, after the second Baby Doll Eyes, or maybe a third, quickly change out Silkio, switch to Rowlet, and burn this thing. Just burn it. Burn it alive. Otherwise, it's going to kill my entire party. We're going to use the Sunny Day to our advantage with the boosted Stab Z Fire. Oh yeah, by the way, Kecleon has Dizzy Punch. I can already tell this Kecleon is maybe gonna give me a harder time than the Lurantis itself. That would be hilarious. We want to use Inferno Overdrive with Fire Fang. By the way, Lurantis is faster. It's an incredibly quick grass type, and the fight can be so difficult. These battles really are made with two things in mind. Using your entire team with a strategy in mind, and using your Z moves. If you do both in combination, the fight is going to be a bit easier. But as you just saw, it's not a guarantee. Yeah. You see what I mean? We have to swap out, because we have no more sunlight to boost us. Silkio is down, so we have to actively kill off our team members slowly but surely. And this is a fight I'm going to have to use heal items for. I'm sorry, Raydra. This is the best outcome we have right now. Rear? Can you do something? He's not going to be fast enough to outspeed a Lurantis. But he is going to be fast enough to outspeed a Kecleon. This is nothing! Guys, I think we're dead. I figured since Asahi is 2 levels above this thing, we might actually be strong enough to beat it. But I don't feel this way anymore. Yeah, no, we lost this fight. Lurantis heals more with sunlight out because of the obvious sun, well, synthesis. Synthesis gives a boost to restoring moves. Yeah, no. Synthesis gets a boost from sunlight. That is what I meant. Apologies. The only good thing is that Lurantis now has no more PP for Solar Blade, but she still has Synthesis. And, well, Kecleon can basically confuse me if we're unlucky, which might just happen here. But I think I'm going to ignore Lurantis now for a bit. And... oh, right. Flying type. Yeah, no, we lost. Okay, we got rid of Kecleon. I'm going to use a second super potion. Because as you can see, my team is dead. She does still have PP for Solar Blade. I'm also going to revive Raydrum, so he can get a bit more EXP out of this. Now. We should be able to whittle it down slowly but surely. If we still survive the onslaught of moves and don't get crit. By the way, Totem Pokemon can call for their partner more than once. And I'm officially faster. Fire Fang connects, and we got it down. So in this fight, it really doesn't matter if you're OP or if you think you're one level above, it will find a way to fuck you up. Now Comfy is a supportive fairy type. It does look like a grass type, but it isn't. It's pure fairy. And it really is pure support, so the fact that this got sent out next, or that this got called instead of another Kecleon, is our lucky break. Oh boy. This tells me one thing. Before the next captain, or before the next kahuna, We should level up at least a little bit more. This luck cannot save us every time. Jesus, me and talking. Oh, wrong instrument. We want the comb. But with how far we've come and with how shredded my brain currently is, we will likely not reach the next kahuna today. We will get to probably the next hairdresser, so the next big town of this island. But I'm not planning to make this island, well, finish this island in this day. That will be on Thursday. Though before we stop, we still have a lot of time to go. The Pokemon in this jungle are okay. Most of them we already see in other areas of this island. A few we don't. Like, the lady asked for a Gumi, which can only appear in double battles when it's raining. I think. I will have to look it up for next stream, and then we can elaborate on that. We got the TM for Smart Strike, though I don't think anyone can use it. The Pokemon Morlul is one that can appear here too. We didn't see it in Brooklet Hill because it's a night spawn there, and I think it's one in this jungle too. So I'm not even going to try. For now, we're going to heal. And then there was some items here in the forest. Stoutland, by the way, is your item detector. Here we have another one of those bush Pokemon that just run around. And we have a Steenie. If you thought Lurantis was good, this is better. Steenie, when it evolves to... I forgot the English name right now, I just have the German one in my head. Turns into a beast. Speed, defense, offense, you name it, she has it. This is one of the best grass types you can get. It is better than Decidueye, just because she has more speed. The signature move, Drop Kick, hits like a freight train. Her ability, when fully evolved, makes moves that usually have priority not work. If you want a counter to priority moves like Fake Out and Quick Attack and stuff, you want a Steenie. If you just want a physical grass type, but don't like Loranta's look, you want a Steenie. If you don't like Steenie's look, then we have a problem. Because as I said, it's the best grass type in the game. And I'm not taking legendaries into account. Let's see what else we can see. Oranguru is a 5% encounter rate. This is a rare one. A normal and psychic type. He is made for double battles, so not much for the single player campaign. But used correctly in double battles, he's pretty good, or she in this case. It's a Pokemon I would not recommend for the main game, because there's psychic types that are better. But if you want to go into competitive, it is being used there relatively often, and that just goes to show that it's quite good for that format. Now, I don't know if Steenie or its evolution can learn Smart Strike. If they can, I might actually want to pick it up instead of Silkio. Let me have a look at that. Trumbeak might learn it as well, but I don't know. I want to see if we can find anything else here. Steenie cannot, in fact, learn Smart Strike, but neither can Trumbeak. So, screw that plan. I still don't have anything against fairy types with that. Here we have Bonsly. We encountered Bonsly on the first island, if you remember, and I've already said my piece. There's better rock types. Get one of the better ones. Get Rockruff. Now, there was an item here. Max Revive is something we want to keep around. here we have Paris. By the way, about Lurantis and Fomantis, its pre-evolution. Fomantis can only evolve during the daytime. So if you want a Fomantis or Lurantis, you best play at a time where your game says, oh hey, day! AKA for Pokemon Moon and Ultra Moon players at nighttime, and for Pokemon Sun players, everything normal. Me and talking, Jesus! Today is really not the day for conversations, which is kind of bad since I'm streaming. Is everything going okay? Because people are being very quiet right now. Okay. So chat is just lurking. I do hope you have fun while playing Fae Farm then. Oranguru has a bit of a higher chance to appear in this specific patch of grass when the shadow is going through it. If you want one, you can get it here better than any other spot. I know I said I wouldn't recommend it, but if you do want it, it's there. This, I think, is the spot where you can catch Gumi. To give a brief description about Gumi, it is basically a snail dragon, and I'll try to come up with a bit of routine for the game. That's nice to hear. Back on topic, Gumi is called the weakest of the pseudo-legendaries, because it's not offensive, it's defensive. It is a tank like nothing before. And while it's difficult for a lot of people to make that work, I would still highly recommend it if you're in need of that. Because Gumi will survive almost anything the game throws at it. This, by the way, is something we can't do anything with yet. But the time will come, and then we can get what is there on the other side. Let's put you on boop, and you on boop. And there we have a heal powder. And a big root. And that is everything in this forest. Can you believe it? We're already through again. going to save here real quick. And then take a small break to freshen up your water reserves and your snack reserves. Because I need to get some more water. So, enjoy the break screen, while I will be right back. And we're back! Now, we will start with the 2 golf players here, and then work our way up to the top of the route, and beat every single trainer that we can. going to see if we can get the entire team to level 26. Now, we've just seen a Natu, and we are now seeing Hoothoot, Pokemon which originally weren't in Sun and Moon. Natu is a special attacker, special defense, psychic and flying type that I would say has a few strengths, but also a lot of weaknesses because the stats are not that amazing. They're good, don't get me wrong. It excels at mostly using special attacks and a bit of, well, stalling maybe? I wouldn't even say it excels. I would say it's doing a decent job at that. But there's others that can do it better. There's also others that can do it worse. So if you need a psychic type or flying type and you're not sure, Natu might be able to fill that gap on your team. Hoothoot is a Route 1 normal and flying type, with a focus on special attack and special defense as well. It is a bit of an outlier when it comes to the normal and flying types. It's in the same category of Fearow as outclassed, but not useless. I have once used a Noctowl for most of my Pokemon Soul Silver, and it can still be used. It just takes a lot of dedication to get it to work. You don't want to fall into the trap of giving it non-normal or flying type moves despite it learning confusion, because as you just saw, that the lack of stab with the low stats, that doesn't do much. You want to go on something like Synchro Noise, which comes very late when it's a Noctowl, and even then you have to wait for an opponent that is normal or flying type to use it on. And Synchro Noise is also a psychic type move, which means it will still not do much damage. So with Hoothoot and Noctowl, you really have to think. As I said, it is still usable, but it's incredibly difficult. With enough determination, you can make it work. Just remember, special attacks, and don't stray away from the stab too far. If you want non-stab moves like Confusion, then you might want to look into the items that increase the damage. This is a setup that we can't win, you know. Omanite may fuck us over. It is a water and rock type, which means it's quad weak to grass, and it also has a fighting weakness. The only Pokemon with fighting type moves are Sharo and Asahi. Oh. Let me take a look. This is not it. That is strange because I just took a glance into the stream via my phone to check it out. On that end it seemed fine, and on OBS it seems okay too. We might actually have to end the stream earlier than... yeah. You have no issues, Asher? Is anyone else currently in chat who's experiencing issues, or is everything okay? Few lags from the game, but nothing more. Do you know? Seems to be on my end, got out and back in. Okay. If it works again, that's good. If anything does come up again, tell me. Maybe it can be on my end too, so if it is, I always want to make sure it's all going to be okay. So, yeah. This may be our ticket to our final team member. I still don't know what our final team member is going to be, so I'm going to say that a lot of times for a lot of Pokemon. He will awaken fossils for you. You can get fossils on this island at a later point, and you can get fossils in Pokepelago, in the Isle of Foon, aka the Treasure Island. she has a Stuffle, which is not good for Raidra, but it's very good for Asahi. Let's see. Do you have that ability? No, you don't. Stuffle has two abilities. One of which is pretty much the same that Silkio has, and the other is two with one drawback. It gives you a weakness to fire-type moves. So, if you see a Stuffle or a Beware, attack it with fire and see what its ability is. I mean, you can't literally see it as the ability doesn't show up, but if it does a lot more damage than what should be legal, it's probably Fluffy, which is the ability with a fire weakness. Roto Swing, by the way, is a dark type attack. Petraberry, Cherry Berry, and Citrus Berry! Now we definitely need to get Isla Plenty. I prefer to use citrus berries above orange berries because they heal more. Let's get this one. We already have a fletchling on the box, but one more is not going to do any harm. Exact opposite, it's gonna help us. Takedown is not a good move. No, I still don't want it in my party. After this stream, by the way, I will put up a poll for what I should do for the 6th team member. Because there's one Pokemon that I could get pretty soon. One that I could get now, well, not now, but also soon. And then there's the option to wait. And to see what else is out there. And I don't know what I should pick yet. Phantom! A grass ghost type. Also added in this version of the games. It needs trade for evolution. It's highly unlikely that you're going to get anyone who can trade with you, so it's a bit difficult to recommend. if you do have someone you can trade with, it's the same as with Gigalith. Pick it up. This is one of the best grass types there is, aside from Steenie. Its evolution is physical as well, and it's quite fun and annoying and fun. Did I say annoying already? I have a friend who can attest to that to Phantump being annoying, or more likely, Phantump's evolution being annoying. I don't know if he's still in chat. If he is, he can feel free to share. He doesn't have to. But I definitely know a few people who don't like it. Charge Beam has been pretty decent so far. Usually I've had a few misses by now with this move. I'm not complaining, I'm just surprised. Odor Sleuth. We want to keep old moves. Hyper Potion. Yeah, that's gonna come in handy. And with that, we are pretty much through, aside from this trainer up here. Also, we can get items from this. A big pearl. We can sell that. How did I... Oh, right. Get me out of the grass! Oh no, not you again. I guess I can catch one for the Dex and for Pokepelago. Pelago? Shouldn't it be Pelago from... Well no, I think it should be Pokepelago from Archipelago. If anyone has the answer to that, put it in chat. Youngos, I don't want to have your Dex entry. I just want to have you as free labor. Here, we have another photo spot. And here we have a trainer. Backpacker Kiana has an Eevee. If you didn't catch one but want to see one, just to have the picture in your decks, this is where you fight it. Let's have an Eevee mirror match and see which one is stronger. Seems like it's pretty clear cut. I mean, okay, Raidra's 5 level above this Eevee. Jesus Christ, Cyreno. We're going to turn off EXP share after this one. Yeah, let's do that now. is how the fly map looks. We want to go here, so we're going back to Heya Heya City. And while we're at it, let's poke Rotom. This I remember has something. Yeah. If we get top ranked on every single surf spot, we get something here. That is definitely worth our while. So if you play along, you might want to try to mess around with the surfing and get that top spot. This is so cute. She wants to be a trainer so badly. We have skipped a few trainers, especially on the way to the Battle Royale, but there's a pretty good reason for that, being we're over-leveled. We are heavily over-leveled. So the items and the trainers here we're going to get after getting our last team member, which might not be for a while longer. By the way, Kukui is married. He has good taste in women. Oh no, a researcher with a life outside of research. It's rare enough in games. But it's interesting to know that the Pokemon researcher is together with a researcher. But considering the track record with characters in Pokemon being as single as they can be, or with the father in the Pokemon games being pretty much absent, aside from Norman in the 3rd gen. This is something new, and I personally like it. But they met at work. Yeah, maybe. I like how they did it in the anime, actually. This might be the only time you get me to bring up the anime to Sun and Moon. Kukui and Burnett aren't together there yet, but they actually show how he proposes to her and the wedding, and it's super fucking cute. Yes! I find it so funny. The moment I read that is the moment I talk about it. Or, well, other way around, the moment I talk about it is the moment that I read your message, Asher. I really loved the episode in Sun and Moon, and in general, the Sun and Moon anime may look derpy as fuck. I love it though. The story is great, the characters are amazing. Team Rocket actually is a bit different to usual. They're still dorks, but a bit different dorks. I adore it. Also, the Litten storyline in the anime. Ouch. If you want to watch it, I'm not going to spoil too much. Just, the anime can be ouch. Keep that in mind when watching it. I love it though. Now, we are pretty much sent to look at every piece of media here, every book. There's also a sticker, and I don't know if you can get it if you return here, because this motherfucker, I think, blocked the way. But that is just a big I think. Might be that I'm misremembering. Actually, it's very likely that I'm misremembering, but just in case. This is the first totem sticker we're gonna get. And the only one before I do the big sticker collecting stream. This is just a collection of info about various Pokemon. It's not big. Oh yeah, the new anime with Liko is amazing. I personally stopped X and Y in the middle, and then I rejoined with Alola, because I was just too curious. But the X and Y anime really is not good. Ouch, Lily. Ow! You just said that, How. So yeah, if you talk to Hal before leaving this area, he will say the same thing that he says in the cutscene. And there will not be a single change. They were a bit lazy with his dialogue. You know, when the music cuts out in a game, that something serious was happening. Let's do some lotto. Roto lotto. Get another new item. Roto prize money. I prefer EXP over prize money, but oh well. And let's annoy Rotom. Already on it, my guy. Me and talking. Anyways, we can go in here now. This is Diglett's tunnel. And what you will find here is a lot, but also Diglett. Zubat we've already went over in Verdant Cave, so I don't feel the need to bring it up again, aside from the fact that it is still a decent flying type. I didn't know that the personality changes. For me it was just always the same. I mean, I've always been pretty nice to Rotom, but damn, that is neat. Rotom the gay guy? Kind of, yeah. Rotom's a bit fruity. What do you find here? Right, Zubat! Yeah, that was kind of hilarious. Just Diglett Tunnel. First encounter. Zubat. Now, there's also people here. Trainers and whoever that was. Coney City. That is our next stop. And once we reach that, we're going to take a break. Ah yes, my favorite Pokemon people. Yeah, basically. We got a Firestone. We could evolve Asahi right now. We also have Larvitar! I forgot this was here. I genuinely forgot. Larvitar. A pseudo-legendary. Rock ground type at the moment, evolves into a rock dark type. I highly recommend this one. It'll take a long time to raise, but what you get in the end is a powerful rock and dark type who can smash through your opponents really easy. Unless you have a water type that is against you. Then you might be fucked. But jokes aside, Larvitar is a solid choice for almost any team comp. Rock type is good against flying types and ice types and fire types, and dark is decent, well, very effective against ghost and psychic, but in general decent unless you are up against a fairy type. The drawback of Larvitar is that it has a 4 times a quad weakness to fighting. But if you have a decent team, that shouldn't be a problem for you. Now, I'm not gonna catch one. But as I said, it's a recommendation from me to you to pick that up if you want to. If you need something like a kaiju on your party. They are part of the Ether Foundation. They work to support Pokemon conservation. I like that in this game we actually have conservation efforts for the region that is a pretty fragile ecosystem. There's Pokemon out there where, once we catch them, the dex will tell you just how fragile it is. Even the Diglett here. They are easily frightened, as it seems, and Team Skull kind of runs into their territory and disturbs the Diglett, and the Ether Foundation is for these situations there. They also have little spots, as we've already seen, across the region. In those places, they sometimes have Pokemon that they take care of. And I like that. As you can hear already, we have something here. Let's say hello. Alolan Diglett is part steel. I think it's a ground steel type or pure steel. And it's a pretty decent Pokemon. Steel type Pokemon already have quite a high defense, and Diglett is incredibly fast. Now I won't be able to switch out Raidra, I think, depending on this Diglett's ability, but I want to catch it. So that's what we're going to try. Emphasis on try. I think from the moveset it's a ground and steel type. There you can see physical defense of steel types might be very good, but special defense not so much. Let's hope that it stays in the first ball. Alola Diglett does look kind of silly with the 3 little hairs from its sprouting from its head. It's cute. Diglett's data will be added to the Pokédex. Ground Steel, yes. Okay, thank you. There we have it again in the dex, Ground Steel. The need to dig through volcanic rock in the ground has made them more powerful than the Diglett of other regions. So basically, it said watch me, or alternatively, hold my beer, became a steel type, and is now powerful. Diglett in general is not a weak Pokemon actually. This is one of the options that I'm tempted of getting into the team, so I'm not going to name it now, but just so you know, if it does get a part in the team, the option will be open. For now, she will be sent to a box. And also, Eevee needs a bit of a brush. Let me show you the patterned beans real quick. We have red, dark blue, light blue, green, yellow, purple, and orange. Let me give you a light blue one. And pats. Perfect. I could theoretically call the Diglett He-Man. As I said, it will take some time until we know if it'll be part of the team. But once we know, I'm gonna change the name. It might be a female, but it cannot stop. Maybe I should make a pun out of it and call it Fee-Man. But no, I think I'll just stay with the regular joke. There we have Team Skull again. I swear I like these dorks. So you're for making the joke from He-Man to Fee-Man? We have a double fight. Ekans and Solandit. And double Eevee! House Eevee will evolve into, I think, basically your type. So this will likely be a Vaporeon, if I remember correctly. If I don't, it's gonna be a Jolteon or a Leafeon. So we have to kind of deal with that, with not knowing exactly what it's going to be until we see the evolution for ourselves. Aww, Eevee looks so sad when it's sick. Even more reason to get rid of that, so that Eevee looks happy again. How gives us a max ether? We want to keep that for quite a while. And How's gonna have some fun with Diglett apparently. No need to get a more detailed description on that one. There we have Looker, a character from the 4th gen. He first appeared in Pokemon Platinum and was one of my favorite characters there. And here we get the Thunderstone. Raidra can finally evolve. Hold up, I need to let the namesake know. If he's not currently in chat, he needs to be there. If he is currently in chat, please write something. this is a side quest. Before we evolve anyone, we're going to get this Ditto. This is the only way to obtain Ditto in this game. So... yeah. Ah, there you are. The moment I beat this Ditto, I'm going to evolve you. And probably Asahi too then. Because an Arcanine is always better than a Growlithe. I'm going to use this Ultra Ball. And don't catch it. God fucking damn it. Just hold on a moment. This Ditto will be caught eventually, hopefully faster than it can beat my Pokemon. Or it can go into struggling. Because Ditto will struggle very, very soon. It only has 5 PP of every move that it copied, which makes it a very dangerous capture. Come on! There we go. Ditto is our breeding Pokemon. I could be able to get Sarino and the Ditto into the thingy and breed them until I get a female. The question is, do I want to do that? The answer is most likely, probably not. The Ditto 5 are the side quest. Actually, that is one thing that happened in the first 2 generations, if I'm correct. It happened very early on anyways. I don't know if it's still the case. With this, let's do what you were coming here for, Ray. And let's evolve you. Emergency Rattata. Call it Paimon, then you can use it for emergency food too. Anyways, we finally have a Jolteon! Thundershock is a weak electric type move, but still better than Quick Attack at this point. We might get a bit more than Thundershock because of the level, but it might also take a while until we get it, because Attack Relearner has to, yeah. And next is Asahi. We have an Arcanine! With this, our team now looks like this. 2 fully evolved Pokemon and their stats. Arcanine, 69 attack, 74 speed. Jolteon, 72 special attack, 79 speed. Pretty much the fastest thing we have in our party, and the strongest. Now with that, let's continue. I'm not intending to fight you. I want to get here. Welcome to Coney City. I think this was the one who was part of the Ditto 5, but I don't remember off the top of my head. For now, I want to heal. Then I want to get to the stone shop. And after that, we end the stream. In the stone shop, there is an item that I want to point special attention to, so that you know it for your own playthroughs. And maybe I'll pick one up myself. We get a max potion! We can't buy this for a very long time, so I'd recommend keeping that. Now, which one of you was it? Not you. She sells berets and headbands. Was it you? She sells firestones, thunderstones, waterstones, and leaf stones. If you have a petalil or cottony, this is not the right stone. You need a sunstone for those two. So, just so you know. This is the one. You can get 1 of 5 fossils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. The plume fossil turns to the flying and rock type Archon, or Archon, with a boatload of physical attack and speed, but very little defense. It does one thing and it does it well. Coming in, hitting, going out. The armor fossil. I actually don't remember. I think it was Shieldon, the 4th generation Pokemon fossil. Yes, I think it was Shieldon. It is a rock steel type and a tank. You cannot expect it to do anything else but tank and annoy the living shit out of your enemy. The Dome Fossil is my personal favorite fossil Pokemon, Kabuto. Water rock type. Physical sweeper, but outshined by a lot of other Pokemon. The Root Fossil. I don't have much to say about this. Turns into a grass rock type. Pretty much confused me my entire life about the weaknesses until now. And kind of underwhelming. I would not recommend the Root Fossil. The one you get in Sun is much better. There you get the Claw Fossil. Anorith. I want that. I can't get that. Which is something I misremembered, so I'm not going to buy anything in the store. And the Sail Fossil. Ice Rock type, 4 times weak to fighting, 4 times weak to steel. Don't. I love it. I really love Amora. It looks beautiful. It's a gorgeous Pokemon, and it can fuck up pretty much any dragon and flying type. But I still wouldn't recommend it that much, because of those 2 4 times weaknesses. So for me, I have to pass. Now, this is it. Let's get to the outlook. Oh, by the way, you can get here through a tunnel. And yeah. Eviolite. You should pick that up before you fight Olivia. With that, we're gonna save. And save again, because I don't trust Rotom. And this was it for today. I hope you have a nice rest of your night. Or day, whatever time zone you're in. And I hope you had fun today. The next time will be on Thursday, where we're going to fight a few more trainers and then challenge the Grand Trial of Akala. Hope to see you